In this demo, I'm going to show you how to create a waffle chart. So waffle charts also go by the name unit chart. I like the name waffle just because it reminds me of breakfast. But you can see why they're called waffle charts or unit charts, because data is represented as units. So this chart here is actually made with conditional formatting, and so it's actually presenting two items here: respondents who like eating cookies without milk and respondents who like eating milk and cookies together. So let's talk about how to make this. I'm actually going to make it right below it over here. So to create this, we actually have to create some formulas to help us out here. And to create those formulas, we actually need to use kind of a 10 by 10 structure. So let me show you how to do this. I'm going to type in a 1 here. I'll type in a 2 here. These are just going to be guides. I'll select both of those. I'll drag it over here to the right. Okay, so once I've dragged 1 through 10, in cell D22, I'm going to start with 10 and say 9 over here. And then I'm going to drag this down all the way down to 1 like that. So what I want to do is create a dynamic where there's a 1% here, a 2% here, 3%, all the way over here to 10%. And then over here we're going to be at 11%, 12%, and so forth. So we can actually use this side over here as our tens place, and then use this top row over here as our columns place. So watch how I'm going to do this. So the first thing I need to do is I can subtract 1 from this. That makes it a 0. I'll multiply it by 10. And you see that becomes a 0, but as I go up here, this should become a 10. So then I need to add the number that's going across the top, so I can do that by writing plus right here and selecting this cell over here. So we're going to add that one. Now as we drag across, we want column D to remain the same. So I'm going to select that cell and I'll toggle through locking it until column D is locked. And then over here we're going to do the opposite. So row 21 is locked. So you see that's a 1. I drag it across. It should go through to 10. I'll drag it up. Okay, so that's good. It goes from 1 to 100, but we actually need it to go from 1 to 100%. So it should go from 1% to 100%. So what I did here is I selected cell E31. I'm going to edit the formula. I'm going to just divide everything by 100. So I'll drag that to the right. I'll drag that to the top. And now we see it's less than 1. If I go over here and I make that a percentage, okay, perfect. That's exactly what we want. So now that we've done that, we need to set our conditional formatting. So with this cell region highlighted, E22 through N31, I'm going to go to conditional formatting, click new rule. And then I'm going to select format only cells that contain. So this starts out well, format only cells with cell value. Where it says between, I'm going to click that and go to less than or equal to right here. And now we have this box here, which it has a cell link icon. That means I can link it to a cell. So we're going to do our first one at 55%. I'm just going to link it to this 55% here. Now once I've done that, I can go to format, and I need to say what I want my format to be. I'm going to make that a little bit lighter, or I should say I'm going to make that a little bit darker. I'm going to select this dark one right here. I'll hit OK here. I'll hit OK again, and as you can see, it has now filled up that region. So now I need to set my other one. So with this range still selected, I'm going to click conditional formatting, new rule, format only cells that contain. We'll do that just again, and I'm going to select the same thing under here. I'm going to select less than or equal to, and now it shows this cell select icon. That means I can select anything on the spreadsheet. So I'll scroll back up. I'll select that 80% right there. I'm going to click format. We're going to want a lighter format. Now it doesn't exactly have to be how it was in the example. I just show this to you so that you can decide and use in your own work. So I'll hit OK. I'll hit OK here. Perfect. So what you'll notice is that it took that and drew on top of our other conditional format. So what I need to do is select cell E22 through N31 again. I'll go to Manage Rules. And then here, what I can do is I can take that bottom rule and I can put it up top. That gives it precedence, and now you see it's on top. Now, the next thing I want to do is put a border around those squares. So what I want to do here is it's going to be a lighter border. I've highlighted that region. I've gone up to the borders, And now I'm going to select a lighter border color. That's going to bring up this border pencil tool. So I can highlight this whole area around it. So I'm going to start drawing at this corner of E22 all the way down here to N31. Now if I hold Control, it's going to fill it all in the middle. That's good. That's what we want. Okay, so now that I've done that, you can see the pencil is still here. I'm just going to hit Escape to get rid of that pencil. Okay, so we're just about there. What is the last thing we need? Well, we need to get rid of these numbers. So how can we do that? Well, the easiest way to do that is to select cell D21, take it all the way down to N31, and we can actually change its formatting. So if you click on this little icon right here, that's going to bring up the Format Cells dialog box. I'm going to click Custom. Now here's a little trick. If you have numbers and you don't want to see it, you want to hide them, but Excel will still treat them as if they're there, you can select that cell, create a custom format, and then just type a semicolon right here, and I'll hit OK, and that's going to get rid of them. And there you have it, a unit chart.